5:20 p.m. Tuesday, June 8th, 2021. Episode number 866 of UhhYeahDude. Don't look at the camera. Don't look at the camera. Don't look at the camera. My name is Jonathan, and this is Seth. Hello, Seth.
Hello. This is.
Don't look at the camera.
Don't look at the camera, and there's no turning back now.
We can't get out of this, man.
I mean,
There's no getting out of this.
Well, this is it. This
we got no choice
forever
now.
and always. This is 866 of UhhYeahDude. America,
like it or not,
through the eyes of two Americans.
Here we come.
I don't even know where to start.
I mean, you want me to start?
Yes.
How about rock and roll whiskey?
Thank you for joining us.
Whiskey Advocate, Seth's favorite whiskey periodical.
Probably my favorite. Whiskey Illustrated.
Pretty good.
Whiskey Advocate.
101 whiskeys rated in this issue. Now there are alcohol-free whiskeys coming to market. We've talked about some of these in the past. This is maybe a science that's still being refined, and I seemingly that maybe there is a market for it that we weren't aware of. You would think that if there was a market, we would be in on that market, thinking, no. Zero proof whiskey, can that stand in for your daily dram? What's dram?
Dram is what I believe the Scots call a drink. That's your daily dram.
No.
The answer is no.
It can't.
It can't.
And don't say dram.
And don't say dram, and don't drink decaf.
It's not my daily dram.
And get the fuck out of here.
Oh, no, I just have this alcohol-free one as my daily.
It's my double D. Your Dunkin' Donuts? No, my daily dram. Yeah, alcohol-free whiskey, I'm going to say, for the Whiskey Advocate, I'm going to save you all the trouble.
No one's buying this magazine to see what these...
That's a no, dog.
No,
you don't need to deal with
these
that.
buzzless ryes, as I like to call them.
Oh, my buzzless dram.
Also, rock-worthy whiskeys. Get to headbanging with these whiskeys from rock bands that take their craft, their other craft, not the craft of rock, but the craft of roll.
Excuse me, their third craft.
Now, they take it very seriously. Blackened Cask. Blackened Cask Strength, batch 106. Now that is a 55.35% alcohol, $55 whiskey that is made by Metallica.
Made by Metallica. It's actually infused, we've done that before, with Metallica's brand of hard rock and roll.
Are you familiar with their hard rock?
If you are, they let it in the cask. They play that music.
They trap it into the cask.
Put it in. You sense it.
Guar has a whiskey called Ragnarok Rye. It is a 46%, $99 bottle. I like this. It's expensive.
Go for it.
A little bit lower in alcohol.
How much is Metallica?
And owned by...
Do ours double.
Double the booze.
Why?
We're Guar. Double the money and less booze. It's also Guar.
Didn't know.
These are cool bands, actually, that have these.
This is rock.
Number 9, Iowa whiskey. This is a $40, 45% whiskey made by the band Slipknot.
Slipknot. They're still around.
Oh, yeah.
Making music or making whiskey?
Both. Together.
Right.
And then Evil Twin, single barrel, double cask rye. Now, this is a 60%... $160 bottle of dram.
It's 3 times as much as Metallica.
And that's from the band Anthrax.
They're still making music, still making whiskey.
So,
wow. That's heavy metal whiskey.
Yeah.
What you drinking over there? I'm drinking Anthrax.
What?
We got to do a taste test on that.
Whiskey Advocate.
It's good to know. That's insane. People getting into any game that's not their game is insane.
Well,
I know game recognized game. But does Rock recognize? And Rock recognizes whiskey, so hold on.
I wonder. There has to be a formula that I guess maybe you only have to sell X amount of bottles of whiskey for it to be a profitable business, and that they've figured out that metalheads are like will buy this many. If you're this band, you have this many metalheads that'll
of that amount. There's this many percent alcoholics, and so by that we could make a good living.
$100,000 or so
each. Is that something you're into? We'll probably drive all of those people into bankruptcy and probably despair.
The people we're selling to, or
that are buying it because they're already on the cusp of just destruction.
I mean, if you're
so, are you willing to do that? And then the band members say,
"Yeah,
I am."
I mean, they're already at the place where they're primed to buy a heavy metal band's whiskey. So, like you're saying, like they're pretty much lost causes anyway.
And you can't get in
this
a lawsuit.
This is really just collateral damage.
You'd be like, how can you prove?
You can't blame me.
You're going to tell me somebody goes into a store and buys that $150 bottle of Anthrax whiskey that they don't have. It could be 9 other things that drove them in their truck off that ravine. Is it a ravine? Can you drive off a ravine?
Into a ravine.
Into a ravine.
Off a cliff into a
ravine. Attorney man. General Hospital's Kirsten Storms
heard our show last week.
She's on the mend. She called. She was like, "We'll be the last."
We will be the last, Seth.
I guess she's on the mend after recent brain surgery.
This is the character.
I saw a picture of this woman. It said brain surgery. I'm just like, I'm gonna.
This is the character.
This is
the actress.
Real life. The actress. She had a large cyst that split into two and cysts. It was putting pressure on her brain. So the doctor said, "We're going to go in there," and that's what they did, and it was wildly successful. She's okay. She's recovering. She said, "I'm going to be back to work in a few weeks." Can you imagine that? Can you imagine this modern medicine? That you're on a soap and we need your character.
Which soap is it?
This is General Hospital.
So General Hospital. So a medical soap.
A medical doctor from the show. Her character. She went into General Hospital.
IRL.
And they said, "You've got 1 cyst. It's now 2 cysts." So she's going to be back. I thought that was great. It was a very brief article. There were only 2 comments. One said 1 hour ago. One was from 3 hours ago. 1 hour ago, "Thank God for your ordeal." Scary. Totally. That's what I thought.
It's like my sentiments exactly.
But then Embry wrote, "She seems like the type you could get from behind and just pound away. You know, while she's on the phone with her mom. And while she's wailing and her mom's like, 'What was that noise?' And she's like, 'I don't know. It must have been a cat in the alley.' Only they both know there's no alley."
Wait, you're saying the mom knows that there's no alley, so the mom's kind of in on it
she's
too?
She's in on it. Again.
So she's
wailing with her, and her mom's...
Wailing meaning like moaning from...
getting pounded from behind. Like post-brain surgery. Like, just got back.
Welcome home.
1 cyst became 2, became none. You know what I'm going to do?
I'm going to fucking get on, call your mom.
Her mom's like, "What's that noise?" And she's like, "I don't know. It must have been a cat in the alley." Only they both know where she lives.
I know where you live. There's no alley.
I know exactly where you live. I've been there.
Getting pounded.
No alley, I'm getting pounded.
While you talk to your mom.
Cool.
You look like the type.
You look like the type. Get well, honey. Thank you, Embry.
Sorry for your ordeal.
Oh, my God. I don't know if what's going to happen.
But my question is, because I don't know, does she look like that?
Well,
in your opinion.
I'm not saying Embry's like,
I'm
not
wrong.
Going to left field. I mean, Embry... Embry's just Embry being Embry.
Ethan Embry?
This is Ethan Embry.
That wrote this?
Oh, wow. I think I'm going to tell you.
Let me sign up for this. They only let you comment if you're logged in. Let me log in.
I'm going to log in.
Hold my beer.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Hold my Anthrax whiskey.
Shit, man.
My sifter of Gad or whatever. What's it called? Gadding. Hold my dram.
I just polished off a fucking 30 drams of that fucking Slipknot. Get on the internet.
Let me fucking type. Let me log in here.
Oh, he's on the internet now? Yeah. Did he finish the Slipknot? Yeah, that's when he does it.
He always does it after the... Ethan.
Ethan.
Oh well, that's
not gonna make it.
That's only 2 comments, though. I mean,
we're not gonna make it.
It's a 50-50 chance.
You really one or the other. Which one do you want to hear, honey?
What world do you like?
Which world do you want to live in?
You pick.
Choose your own adventure.
So good, though. Choice. According to newly released data from the U.S. Census Bureau, West Virginia lost a higher percentage of its residents than any other state in the nation from 2010 to 2020. The population has dropped there 3.2%. About 59,000 people have left the holla.
So, obviously earlier, I thought I had stumbled onto something.
Well, I think you had. You stumbled into their like, ad campaign and feel like, please get back over here.
Yeah, you don't realize we have the census numbers before they're released.
Of this magazine?
That's why that glossy magazine looked so good. Because usually we only spend like $1,000 on it.
We spent like $1 million to get you to come
to get
here.
You in a kayak here.
And the idea is to get you on vacation and then somehow trap you here. Like,
and I'm not sure how, but
some type of work furlough kind of program thing.
Because once a lot of people leaving,
you're gonna catch a case when you get there.
To the airport, everyone's departing. What's going on? Well, it's tough.
So, but maybe that's a good time to get in.
Now's
at
the time.
The base ground
it's
floor.
Interesting. You get caught up in there.
You're like, hold on a second.
Wait a minute, they're hoopla.
Mesmerized.
And then what you have to do is you put the glossy down, go over to the desktop and do some research.
Get some graphs.
There's a reason here.
Let's see the graphs.
Let me see. What's the Census Bureau up to? I got actually some sad news. My mom, let me know, give me this obituary for Mary Peel. I knew her as Mrs. Peel.
The teacher of yours?
French teacher, high school.
She hated you.
Hated me. Loved me. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
That was Mrs. Ray.
Oh, that wrote.
I think they both. I was a thorn in Mrs. Ray's side, and she actually took a thorn, as we know, that we've taped it and handed it to me. Actual physical prop poison. Mrs. Peel, she died in Bedford, New Hampshire. She was 88 years old. She studied French at the Sorbonne in Paris. The Sorbonne is one of the oldest universities in the world. So look at me, this little fucking shit. I'm being taught by the
French scholar.
French genius. At this public school, I've got this master at the craft come in and try to teach me. And what do? Class clown it up. I'll give you my what she wrote in the yearbook. Again, I don't meilleurs voeux. Something to that effect means best wishes. Seth, I imagine that someday when I think about you in my class, I'll say that those 3, underlined 3 times, years weren't so bad after all. Seriously, I do wish you the best for a very happy and successful future. Mary Peel.
Rips.
How do you say
reaps?
Reaps. Au revoir, reaps. To a real one.
Reaps
to a real one. Reaps, yeah. The Sorbonne. Look at me.
Little prick.
Yeah, dancing on the desks. She doesn't even know French. Really? She doesn't know French? Au revoir.
It took 3 years of French?
It's 1 year became 2 years became...
So you had to repeat it?
Trois smears? Trois years. Meilleurs voeux.
I'd love to know.
Reaps.
Could you not?
Pantalones is pants. That's all I got.
I think that's Spanish.
Shit. Berets. Beret
means cap.
Chapeau is a beret, which is a cap to a real one. Reaps.
Chapeau to a real one.
Chapeau to a real one.
Wait, though. I'm just in 3 years, you would have had to have picked up.
That's what Samantha said. Honestly, she was like going through words like
nothing.
That she was like, you have to know this. I'm like, no, man, class clown.
No room in this fucking brain. I got too much going on.
I got too much comedy on the left side of the brain. No time over here.
Too much sports memorabilia on this.
Too much sports
too much Cowboys
stats
stuffing over here.
Je l'aime or something. Je t'aime. Yeah, man, though. Weeps.
Weeps.
Au revoir, I say. That's what I would say
to
a French scholar.
Yeah.
Reaps to a what real?
Weeps to a real one.
What to uno? What's one?
Stop.
Earn de trois. Reaps to a real un. For real though.
She's turning in her grave as we speak.
She's like, he still can't do it, huh?
Stupid fuck.
This stupid fuck can't do it, huh?
I hate this fucking kid.
Well, but
that's
it's crazy. It makes you think.
How long? I mean, she taught there for another 30 years, and then
she's just like taught there. I mean, people probably like go on trips and lightly conversate in cafes. They call them.
You mean because of her?
I'm sure.
Oh, some people probably, when you have a source like that, they might even consider they go to college and they're like, I actually got into French translation. Yeah. I work for
work for the BBC
now.
BBC. Yeah, man, I'm always hitting those cafes, getting those cafe au laits. Un café au lait, s'il vous plaît. Ooh, you studied at Sorbonne by proxy. I'm Sorbonne adjacent, but rips to a real one. Fucking insane.
Wild. Well, seems like a good life.
Sorbonne, man, that's real deal.
In Hilo, Hawaii. Hilo is a city on the Big Island of Hawaii.
About that. Big guy, Big Island.
The state
is homie, Big Island.
Big homie, Big Island. The state is creating an emergency evacuation plan for the Big Island in preparation for the next eruption of Mauna Loa. Now, Mauna Loa is the largest active volcano on the planet Earth.
That's insane.
Mauna Loa, meaning Long Mountain, its most recent eruption was in 1984.
Okay.
Now, the threat potential is very high. It has been periodically erupting for the last 700,000 years.
Give or take, you know?
And, I mean, there is an active volcano on the Big Island as we speak. That's the Kilauea.
Interesting.
Volcano. Sorry. Obviously, this is considered active as well. But Kilauea was...
Is that the one that was?
It was actually
popping off.
It
erupted. You were up in there?
It erupted like it was erupting
as
when we were.
Here he comes. Let's put on a show for him. So, but what would happen if this one?
So since 1952, Kilauea has erupted 34 times.
So it's just like happening.
From 83 to 2018, eruptive activity was nearly continuous along the volcano's east rift zone.
That doesn't sound safe.
Where is Mauna Loa in comparison?
Yeah, I want you to be careful.
You to know where I stay at.
When they say, so when they're saying they have to get an active, they just mean that shit goes off. We got to know when you get in the whip, when you get in your Jeep, which way to go. Except you can't get no Jeeps.
I think also one of the issues about the Mauna Loa is that it's
no rental cars
dead
in Hawaii.
In the center of the island, basically.
So really, like,
you weren't lying about that, by the way. I had a tentative trip planned in August, which I canceled for other reasons.
For one reason, you called to get your rental car, a Mustang 5.0, because that's what you like to roll around, and they said, "Sir, it'll be maybe you haven't heard. That'll be $2,000 for the week."
$2,000. It was more to rent a car there for 5 days, 6 days than it was to fly there for both of us.
Yeah.
Seth hipped me to, and you can read about it. There's articles about it. There's a rental car shortage.
During the pandemic, rental car companies sold off their fleets because they weren't being used, and the only way to get some of the money back was to sell them as used cars.
Because they can't
now,
hold on to those cars because in 2 years, a year goes by, that car, you can't rent a fucking 2-year-old Focus. It has to be a brand new Focus.
After a few weeks, when U-Haul was like, can't even get rented U-Haul. Is everybody moving? Everybody must be moving off the island, going back to the mainland. going back to Hollywood. No, those were just tourists renting U-Hauls because those are the only available vehicles and cruising the island in a fucking U-Haul with your family.
So dope.
Family just rolling around in the back.
So cool.
Come on, kids.
So then how did they
I think pretty quickly they were like,
but how did they figure it out? You have to prove. How do you prove that you're not moving?
Yeah, you go in you just go in sad.
Shaka.
That you're not moving.
How do you get one?
Oh,
and prove that you have
to prove you are moving, or so
yeah, that's what I mean. How do you prove you are moving?
Sad.
I'm going back to the mainland, brah.
Mainland, brah. Goodbye, coconuts. Ooh.
But also, why do you need a van if you're gonna do that? That just gets all flown.
Get the fuck out of here. Yes, I would, but the coconuts. Macadamia, right? Is that? Fuck, man.
But yeah, it was. I wound up putting a reservation in, and it was just under $2,000 for like a Yaris or something like terrible like that. I mean, it was. Literally. If you wanted a Jeep, it was like $5,000 or something like that.
One of your kids stays like.
Yeah, you have to give one up.
Your kid stays here for the
week.
week.
Ward of the enterprise.
Yeah, like the kingdom of Hawaii.
Yeah. Anyway, that's very strange, but that was in advance. I was looking in August. So I mean, there's no end in sight as this rental shortage is
not happening.
The other thing is, if those rental companies want cars, you have to buy those cars, and they have to come on a fucking crazy flight.
Fly them over in a helicopter? How do you do that? It don't work.
So crazy.
You remember on Tuesday, April 20th, when we were doing episode 856, when ABC Studios was right outside the home, outside our studio.
We thought that they were doing like
doing an expose on us.
Yeah.
It's actually season 4, episode 16, the season finale of ABC's Station 19. So that was supposed to be, if you remember, precision driving, the wetting down of the street, simulated police in uniform. Well, I watched the season
It takes
finale.
place in Seattle.
Seattle.
Right here.
Right here. So I was getting ready for this car that, like, this precision driving that overturned. Yeah. That drifted in front of my home. Actually, it was a different kind of scene. It was Travis, or Trav, as we know him on the show, and his dad, Paul, having a coffee right across the street, just chopping it up. Travis, he's openly gay. He's the heart and soul of Station 19. His parents were not pleased about him coming out. They bullied him to stay in the closet. They actually wanted him to elope when he got married in 2012. This is the backstory I'm reading on a Fandom Station 19 wiki page. The public wedding was too much of a display, they thought.
This is in real life?
This is Trav. You know, Trav. Depends on how well you know him. So,
heart and soul of Station 19.
Dog. So his parents.
Song and dance man.
Shame. Everything. So he's supposed to.
So is this is backstory from the show? Or is this backstory that fans have created in like fan fiction?
I think a little bit of both, which is life itself. Now, Paul, Trav's dad, he during the COVID-19 pandemic, Trav was delivering groceries to his parents, like leaving work from the fire station, going shopping, and it was then that he was shocked to find that his father was on a dating app for men. His profile picture showed him wearing nothing but chinos and a belt that Travis had gifted to him prior.
Chinos meaning khaki pants?
Khaki pants with
no shirt?
No shirt.
And a belt from his
son.
A
belt that Trav gave him.
Gay son's
from the heart
belt.
And soul of Station 19 gave him. Now this is his father who's made his life essentially living hell. Captioned with the phrase, "Let me be your daddy." So Trav is obviously
It's a heavy find. So he was cruising the same app parked outside his father's house?
Yes.
Looking to get like a quick beach
like,
before he rolled back to the station?
You can get a pre-Station 19 beach 0.1 miles away. And then the door opened up and it was a shirtless Zaddy wearing his belt. I was like, oh,
that's
Trav.
my belt.
That's my
father,
daddy belt.
That's my father's belt, Dad.
So during the pandemic, Paul was finding men to hook up with. He would tell his wife that he was golfing when he was actually meeting these men.
He's not only pressured his son to stay in the closet.
Yeah. Didn't go to his wedding. Didn't go to his wedding to Michael.
But he's also still married to a heterosexual woman and doing
this on the side, behind her back, and behind Trav's back until Trav found him.
And behind the guy's back that he's meeting on the app, if you know what I mean.
He might also be married. We're going to...
Who?
His golfing partner. Now, Travis, when the wife of the man Paul is sleeping with, whom he claimed was his golfing buddy, tests positive for COVID, Travis' parents have to come in to the station to get tested. When Travis learns what happened, he has his father come inside alone without his mom, questions him about this exposure. His father refuses to admit what had really happened. After they were tested, Travis went to see them to their car. After his mom got in, he spoke to his dad about how it made him feel rejected when he came out and how much it would have helped him if his father had validated his feelings instead of rejecting them. Obviously. So they're right in front of the studio here. They're outside.
This is intense.
They're outside.
This is an intense show.
The precision driving became precision drama. And I'm going to give it to you here.
Okay, but where did the driving come into it? Why didn't we?
No driving.
All right.
No wedding down the street. Bone dry in the scene.
Okay.
Travis. They're just right. They're like
just imagine.
Right here. Just imagine right out here. Drinking coffee. I should get going. Captain's getting married today.
To a man?
Good for him. Her. She's marrying another woman, in fact. That's it? Okay. Paul says to Travis, I'm in love. The friend I told you about, I think I've fallen in love with him. You think? I've never felt like this before, and I've never said it out loud. I know that you want me to tell your mother, and I will. It's okay, Dad. You will when you're ready. I'm sorry, Travis. I'm sorry that I made you feel like this, and I just didn't think I could ever feel this way. Do you have someone? No, not like that. Not since Michael. You should. You deserve it. End of scene. Right out there. Bone dry, no driving.
So Dad's really come around here. I mean, he's come to understand a lot. During this
and just
pandemic.
Do you have anyone? Well, slow down. Who do you have? When are we going to tell Mom?
Let's just get that out of the way.
You'll tell her when you're ready. How about like right now?
No, you're going to tell her right
now, tonight.
Now.
Put that coffee down.
Give her COVID.
Give that coffee to Jonathan. Put it on Jonathan's car and let's go. We're telling Mom right now.
Before you get another fucking communicable from cock chugging on the ninth hole and going back home to Mom.
And you're out fucking no mask golfing. So heavy duty drama right outside the studio. Right there. ABC, Station 19. So yeah. So his dad, they don't go to his wedding. Michael passed away.
How did Michael pass away?
In an accident, I think in a fire.
He was a firefighter as well?
Jonathan, there's so much. At the end of the episode, Travis sees another one of his boyfriends in the bathroom. I got to be with you. They start
shooting heroin?
No, just in waiting to make out in the bathroom. It's like, man.
And this show's coming back, so we'll get some answers.
Better.
Hopefully.
We better shoot right here. I'm going to write and be like, when you continue the scene,
please.
Better happen right here.
If you need, maybe you should offer your place
Bone dry streets.
Maybe you should offer your place up.
Nope, no simulated
got a
officers.
Northwest kind of,
right here with maybe
PNW
with the trees.
kind of
just
vibe.
Do it, right outside this window right here. So man, that was I've been waiting on that episode since April.
That was the finale?
Season finale.
Cliffhanger.
Barn burner, it said on the internet. What fucking was. And when you have that extra connection, where it's basically filmed inside your house.
Yeah.
Where basically the crux of the entire show between Travi and Paul is
relies
filmed
on your
inside.
house.
It resides in your office where you do your podcast. Kind of a big deal. Where you re-walk the streets where they walked. It's kind of a little bit of a huge thing. When you stand where Travi and Paul had the most important conversation of their entire lives, but you also stand there.
Dad, I hope you find someone. It would have really helped me if you had.
It would have been, yeah.
Michael might have not died if you had treated me.
Treat me like shit.
Pressured me to.
Unbelievable. So I think that Travis, Paul, that story for next season is going to be crucial. I think. I'll keep you posted.
Please do. All of us.
Keep you posted. You know what I mean, though, when you stand there where the scene is shot.
So he moved in on another firefighting ex?
From what I was
reading on gay firefighters.
When I was reading on this wiki, he's had 3 boyfriends since Michael.
All firefighters.
I think all first responders.
Certainly.
But this one was like, he's just like, I've been thinking about you. And he was like, I can't do this. I can't start this back up with you. I can't stop thinking about you. I just stopped thinking about you.
Don't make me.
But Trav was like, I couldn't love. And then full on like nude in this bathroom. Like at a function, there's a wedding going on. Barn burner.
The COVID-19 pandemic barely registered as a blip as humanity continued to spew carbon dioxide into Earth's atmosphere over the past year to levels not seen in more than 4 million years. Scientists said measurements of carbon dioxide, CO2, the chief human-caused greenhouse gas, averaged 419 parts per million at Mauna Loa, as we were referring to earlier.
Always goes back there.
For May, when carbon levels in the air peak. Now, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration said that 1.82 parts per million higher than in May of 2020.
Sounds like a lot. I don't know what that means, but sounds like a lot.
50% higher than the stable pre-industrial levels of 280 parts per million.
Okay.
Overall, the NOAA, that's the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, said, quote, there was no discernible signal in the data from the global economic disruption caused by the coronavirus pandemic. We are adding roughly 40 billion metric tons of CO2 pollution to the atmosphere per year. Senior scientist Peter Tanz with NOAA's Global Monitoring Laboratory said, that is a mountain of carbon that we dig up out of the earth, burn and release into the atmosphere as CO2 year after year. If we want to avoid catastrophic climate change, the highest priority must be to reduce CO2 pollution to zero at the earliest possible date.
Well, they mean just take it down a little bit?
To nothing.
To nothing. So they want to take it
from the all-time
peak
of it.
Of mountains high that it's never been, and they want to by tomorrow morning.
Zip.
They want to take it from its highest it's ever been in the recorded history of time, but down to a little bit less. No, all the less. None.
All the lessness. As much lessness.
And I hate to keep
probably not going to happen,
but not. Well, it's definitely not going to happen. So what? So what? What do we does it mean? Let's assume it's not going to happen.
Let's just say it can't happen.
Let's say it's not going to happen. Probably could happen.
No.
It can't, but it won't. I'm going to say it can, but it won't.
Okay.
So then what? You want to take something that's at its all-time high and you want to bring it down to zero.
You can't do that.
You can't do that.
What do we do?
Could you do that with anything?
No. I mean, no.
Right? I'm going to take this thing. It's at its highest peak that it's ever been ever. But in 4 hours, I want it to be nothing. I don't think you can do that.
I don't know.
And if you don't do that, we're all fucked.
Yeah, it doesn't seem as though there's no alternative. It's just...
No. It's tomorrow morning by 6.
Or we're done.
It's even crazier because when you hear this episode, it'll be past tomorrow morning by 6.
It'll already be past the point of hope.
When you're listening to this, you'll be like, is it 6? They mean the day after they recorded? What did they mean? Because I'm listening to this in February of 2022. Did they mean Valentine's Day 6 a.m. 2022? Yeah. No. Yeah. Hallmark Channel. This is what I do when it all happens like that.
You just go back to.
And I know I got 5-10 good years left here.
Comfort food.
Take it right back to the heart. Comfort heart viewing. Hallmark Channel's Christmas in July. It can be hot. Presumptuous. Of all the summers, where this summer is going to be.
But I think the idea is that people like you just they want 2 Christmases.
They do. Christians like me. Christian moms like me.
They want double Christmas. Christmas is once every 6 months in Seth's Christian mom
world. They're going to
do
an all-new premiere on Saturday night, July 10th. So what they do is they do a bonanza of like theme nights of movies, and they'll do all day. But this is a brand new, never before seen film. It's called Crashing Through the Snow. Man, it's hot to be watching this. We're crashing through the snow. Crashing through the sauna. It's July 10th.
Race car driver?
This is about a hacking race car driver.
Oh, a computer hacker.
Computer hacker by day or by night, excuse me. This original film follows Maggie and her ex-husband Jeff, who have always been friends first. Okay. So they were married.
They were friends first.
Friends first.
Then they got married.
Husband
then
and
they
wife,
got divorced.
And they're
now
still friends first.
Stayed friends through it all.
I guess not possible. When Jeff's new girlfriend, Kate, spontaneously invites Maggie along to their Christmas getaway in Aspen. Why would you do that? Kate, what the fuck? What was that?
Why did you do that?
Why the fuck did you do that? Can she hear me? She's getting coffee? Why the fuck did you? Hi! Yeah, it's great! Aspen. She jumps at the chance to spend a Yuletide holiday away with her 2 daughters.
Uh-huh.
The daughters his? They're his. So he takes his girlfriend and goes away. So his plan was on Christmas, even though he's friends first with his ex-wife, he's going to take his new piece to Aspen.
With their 2 daughters?
No. She's and leave the daughters with the ex-wife?
No,
because Maggie jumps at the chance to spend a Yuletide holiday away with her 2 daughters. So originally she would have been home with her 2 daughters.
No, she would have been alone.
Oh, she would have taken the kids.
2 daughters and the new piece.
Hey, we're friends first, so we're going to take the kids.
We'll take everybody.
And you're going to be alone.
Because...
Bye. All right. Although Maggie feels like a third wheel crashing their Christmas, she's not alone, as Kate's hapless brother Sam shows up unannounced with a plan. So
with a plan?
The plan.
Like a heist?
Well, it's always seeming to live in Kate's shadow, Sam for once wants to come out ahead, and he convinces Maggie that together they can compete with Kate and make this Christmas the best one ever. So it's, probably one of those ones where they're like, this entire scene montages of like decorating. Yeah. One-up decoration. You're so hapless, Sam.
You're such a hapless
brother. Such a hapless gingerbread brother.
What's your plan?
What's your master plan? What's your crypto plan? Neither of them is adequately prepared for the blended family challenges that lie ahead or the feelings they develop for one another.
I was going to say the hapless brother and
Maggie and Sam just going to start boning down.
I think that's maybe what the mom had in mind, the new piece had in mind the whole time.
She probably knew my fucking brother will probably
manage to
stumble his way out to Aspen. I mean, I think he's living in Boulder right now, like with his bro. Maybe he can get to Aspen if he can get fucking Uber fare. Maybe he'll make it. So this looks like a
treat.
But it's hot in July.
Anybody we
oh, no.
No? All Canadians?
No, yeah. No one we know. No.
Not even
people that they know.
Not even you know?
Oh, people that Christian moms know.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Familiar faces.
Oh, yeah. Like, I love Maggie. I saw Maggie in the other one. It was diving in the snow. This prequel to Crashing in the Snow. It's good work if you can get it right there, huh?
Yeah. I mean, we have
yelled at in like Ontario malls by fucking Canadian moms like walking in the morning because you're like a bad boy on these movies. Jasper.
How dare you?
Then you're thinking to yourself, fuck, oh yeah, Jasper was that movie I did like 3 years ago where I was the hockey player. Jasper, you disgust me. The way you treated Cindy was sick. You should rot in hell, you fucking sick. And you're like living your life and you're like, I played I think I actually, so you get your phone out, you look up your IMDb, you're like, oh shit, my character's name was Jasper. We only shot for 12 days in Winnipeg. I made $45,000. I totally forgot about that. But at that point, there is a group of Canadian women in tracksuits that are chasing you down in the mall. They're going to get you, Jasper. There had to have been a rash of that in 80s, like soap stars,
Yeah.
a rash of like beatings that must have happened.
Soap star beatings. You know about those.
Remember that? It was there was a 6-part
soap star beatings of 89.
Yeah, 6-part Audible podcast. Yeah, they're going to turn it. I think Apple TV is doing it. It's going to be crazy.
The soap star beatings of 89.
3 were murdered.
Yep.
2 were maimed. 2 were maimed. I don't know what maimed means. Does that mean... What does maimed mean?
It means you have to lose at least a digit.
A limb.
A digit at least.
Yeah, a limb. There's a... Yeah.
Something doesn't... You lose something that doesn't grow back. That's what it means. That's the definition of a
one of them
maim.
shaved one's head, and that's not a maiming because the grew back better. Yeah, that was in 89. That was a wild fucking thing that went down that summer. Man, they were just soap stars couldn't leave the house.
They were terrified.
They were terrified to leave the house.
They didn't know what was gonna.
Just hit
they didn't know who was
heavy
next.
purse. Didn't know who was next. Damn it, man.
Water storage tanks.
Okay.
Especially those that are sitting on top of water towers emblazoned with logos. They serve as the most visible symbol of an amenity most Americans take for granted. That amenity is clean water.
Wow.
They are also one of the most vulnerable points in a public water supply. An opening as small as a few millimeters could prove the difference between drinking a glass of clean water and one contaminated by insects, animal feces that can cause diarrhea or respiratory infections. Now, inspectors have found bloated snakes, mice, raccoons, all floating in water storage tanks. Pigeon droppings and other animal excrement have sickened entire communities after literally slipping through the cracks. Contaminated tap water causes tens of millions of illnesses each year. Experts estimate contributing to as many as 1,000 American deaths per year. Did not know this.
Whoa, wait a minute.
Wasn't aware of this, actually.
I passed.
Yeah, you drank out of the sink.
Bloated snake water.
Got some of that sweet bloated snake
Dasani?
water.
No?
Couldn't get enough of it.
Oh, you
knew
liked
him.
it. Grandpa liked the taste. Turns out it was the eggs of a bloated snake monster, and Grandpa liked the taste.
Couldn't get enough of it.
He never really drank water. He always drank Michelob. But for some reason, when we got that batch in, water after water. Man.
Now, so 1,000 American deaths per year. No one tracks how many are related to water tower contamination.
All of
An
them?
investigation by USA Today and Indiana University's Arnold Center for Investigative Journalism found gaps in water tank oversight that expose an unsuspecting public to risks. In the absence of federal regulations governing water tank maintenance, each state determines when there is an inspection. A contaminated tank in Delray Beach, Florida, was last inspected in 1972. Wow. We gotta be better, man. We gotta do better.
We're not gonna
do
better, man.
We gotta do better, man. This is crazy.
1972.
We're talking fundamental stuff here.
Like 50 years.
Water tanks,
Hey,
bridges,
check that
elevators. Come on.
Escalators.
Escalators are fine, I think.
Okay.
You just climb down them.
I don't know, man. You got to do better.
72.
Check that tank about 50 years ago.
Which means about 50 years ago we did, yeah. Which means that there's probably not even somebody. It's probably not even somebody that's skilled for the job. There's nobody that has the job because nobody trained for it because no one does it.
Yeah, can't turn that into like a TikTok dance. That's an actual thing you'd have to do. How do we clean it?
I don't know.
We dance down here on TikTok. No.
Why don't you just replace them?
You got to get in there.
Can't you just replace them?
You could, but then like...
Why even inspect them? Just throw them in the garbage and make a new one.
You should do that with everything, but that's the thing. Like, they'll be like, we need to do this.
There's nothing wrong with this one.
This one's fine. It got checked 50 years ago.
What's your problem? Blodo Snako.
Oh, wow. A lot of droppings in this one. It's about 8 parts water, about 2 parts droppings. Just take a shower and shut up, man. Oh, yeah. Man, my eyes have been killing me. I think I got to flush them. Like, the good pressure. It's got great pressure in here.
Get it. Get it, fam.
Oh, pigeon dropping.
Get it, fam.
Get it, fam. Pigeon dropping, high pressure. Oh, you know what? My ears are clogged. Let me do about a minute on each ear. Oh, yeah.
Do you have a filter on your shower head? There are quite a few offerings in that world.
I'll get one.
Most of them are to try to, make the water less, what is it called? Heavy? No. Heavy? Is that what it's
flat?
No.
Sparkling?
Is it heavy?
Carbonated.
It's not heavy.
Heavy metals? Whiskey? Hard.
Thank you. Not heavy.
Hard. Thank you.
Hard water. It's to lessen the weight of water. No, it's filtering. It's filtering for.
Yeah, I mean it's not doing
because
anything.
it's it is. They are.
Is.
They're expensive,
okay.
And they fuck your shit up because it's a process. But it's basically to keep you from putting like chlorine. It pulls chlorine out and stuff that you're not supposed to put in your hair. But it's also probably good for probably pigeon feces, I would think too. It probably can't hurt.
Check those tanks. Let's go swimming in the tanks. Yeah, it's gonna be a wild summer. I can pretty much say that with certainty. We're back out. The world is just it's an emergency room away, like at every turn.
Well, yeah, I mean everything is just
everything is broken.
We've just sat in a room for a year while the rest of the world left unmaintained, not fixed. It's just gotten worse.
Bridges just got weaker.
100%.
So much weaker. You
probably had time to really let some of that rust grow.
Yeah, you think
not being disturbed
by not having the cars on it. But no, it was that by not being used, the atrophy of the bridges. So much worse. I mean, literally, a pigeon could fly into a bridge and take one out. What happened? Pigeon flew into the bridge.
Shit in the water tank and then flew into
the bridge. I think you're drinking the water on the bridge. Yeah, sinkholes. Just every you name it.
It's happening.
Summer
this
2021. I got that alert from Base Paws where I ran Mizu's, where I ran up his specs, his biometrics, his DNA.
Got an alert?
Yeah, we got a new dental cat kit. What? You know how I am with Mizu and his dental saga that we've been on. Trying to charge $70 to analyze the more than 600 microbes in a cat's mouth, looking for disease signatures before they become visible to the naked eye. And then everything I read was like, it's just more thievery, more stealing. This was at KTL. David Lazarus, he writes this consumer section in the LA Times. He's also on KTLA, local news station. Be super careful when sticking your hands anywhere near a cat's mouth. I spent a week in the hospital after a cat bit me, resulting in nearly $55,000 in medical bills. Kitty microbes, it turns out, can be toxic and expensive. I'm sure you ran up a $55,000 hospital bill? Is that real? Dog, I don't believe that.
I think maybe it's real.
Really? That might be real. This dental cat kit's not real. We know that from...
I mean, he must have gone gangrene, like he got syphilis or something from it.
I mean,
it's
55 G's.
You got to be in it.
What did he do?
I don't know.
He got bit and then he drove it to dirt and just... I let the dirt heal it and stuck his hand.
Or maybe it was just something the cat
had.
Tiger?
Does he mean a tiger?
It was a tiger, maybe. You say cat. You mean like
cat.
a jungle cat.
You mean a tiger bit you at the zoo.
An endangered jungle cat. No, it probably maybe was some type of...
But...
I don't think if Mizu bit you, you would get a $50,000 bill. Nothing would happen. He wouldn't do that, of course, but...
No.
In any way. In a confused state, somehow.
Confused state, like he's getting... No, would never happen. But the dental kit, which... Because I'm like, well, I got to get it. But can't get into it, but
are we sure we
John
can't?
and I'm having some.
Can we not get into it?
Having some issues.
Can we
with
get
my
into
vet,
it?
Having some issues with my.
Can you not get into it because you're in like litigation?
The village vet.
There was an incident.
The village vet where I take.
Oh, you don't have to call him out. We could just not.
I will. Which was the nicest, sweetest.
My former vet,
yeah,
also a place I used to go.
Mom and pop, for lack of a better term.
I lost my vet and stopped going there because she stopped being there. Seth,
been going there for years.
Been going there for years, but then also you lost your vet there, but you've continued to go.
I did lose my vet there, and that was curious because we had a deep connection.
Surprised that
another vet that was another one that was lovely.
So how long since you lost your first vet there?
I think it was maybe last summer.
Okay.
But I've had nothing but stellar experiences at this lovely office until I brought him to get a booster shot and some dental look at, and it turned into a
melee,
full-fledged melee this Saturday afternoon.
Can we talk about that?
No.
Oh, so you won't talk about that part.
The experience was so bad that just for my own peace of mind, I got back home and went on Yelp because I'm not going to write a Yelp review because I just want to
just to confirm that someone else had experienced this.
And 7 of the 8 of the last 8 Yelp reviews going back to last summer, 7 of the 8 were 1-star reviews. I said, do I call this woman and say hey, you remember when we were screaming? I was screaming. Could that have been? Was that me? Was it me having a bad day?
Was that just me?
Was that just me again? 7 out of the 8. So I'm relaying this entire saga to Jonathan, and he's like, you know what is a possibility is maybe they became what you thought it was, so some sort of a corporate takeover.
Yeah.
So the two of us, we got on the desktop.
We
boshed it out. Lil Bosch Jr. And we found a company called Pathway Vet Alliance. And what are they about? I read on their website.
Corporate takeover.
We are change agents for good.
Oh, I think that's what Hitler said.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. It's a very...
We are change agents for good.
Covert operations.
The idea is this company, if you click on the Sell My Practice button,
which is on the front page.
Which is right there. Along with fake vets and
fake animals.
You fucking fucks.
Fake vets and fake.
You fucking fucks. I used to see that dude at audition. That guy's not a vet.
Guy hates animals.
This guy sucks. He hates dogs. You're ready for what's next. We know selling your practice is a big decision. Will you be retiring soon? Selling your practice could be a viable way to secure your financial future. Do you want to spend more time with your family? All set. Let's talk today. Talk to us about your legacy. My veterinary legacy? Are you ready to become one of our next success stories? So the idea is they come in, they buy the office, they kill all the vets. Secretly. They send them off to they tell the kids no, she's away at
it was a
farm.
secret mission.
There's a secret farm and she's on a mission.
She can't call you.
She can't call you again. And they turn what was a
mom and pop.
Beautiful local
small
business.
Practice.
Small practice.
Private,
beautiful, small practice into a woman because you don't have a cell phone. Hence, I got a cat and the cat's in a box and it's 1:55 and he's here at 2 and he's on the ground and we're both standing here. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's
we're
not our policy.
Screaming at each other.
Sorry. Oh, you have to call.
Yeah, you're gonna have
to call and let us know.
But
you're
I don't
here.
have a cell phone.
But I don't have a phone, and you can see I'm here because we're standing this close. Okay, let me take a breath. Yeah, I'm so sorry. It's Pathway Vet Alliance's policy. What? Whose? Where's my vet? We killed her.
She's in a secret farm
mission. Okay, well, let's start over. This is Mizu. Mizu Romatelli. He's got a 2 p.m. It's 1:57 now. And here he is. Getting a booster, some dental work, shove it in there. Actually, sorry. Policy is you got to call. Okay, again, I don't have a cell phone. So I can't. So I can't call you, but what I'm going to do is, you see this car right here? And Jonathan, how far away is my car? You know the parking lot. 8 feet away. I'm going to sit in this car and I'm going to read the newspaper. And whenever you're done, just come on up, give me a wave. I'm going to be sitting right. Oh, you know what? Well, it doesn't work that way because we don't know actually what he's doing here today. Oh, I guarantee you if you put his name in, it'll tell you.
But I just told you too.
And I also told you, but that doesn't matter because here's his name again. And if you put it in, and I'm the only one here. So I'm going to be right here in this car. I'm going to read the Los Angeles Times right here. And then when you're done, we need the make and model of your car. Okay. Now I was like, now you're fucking with me. That's what I said to her. Now you're fucking with me. So I said then I took a breath because a coworker arrived and he was bodying me because he didn't like why is he so angry? Oh, if you could see the last 7 minutes.
Only you could see.
You could have seen what's going on. Okay, I'll play. No, this is actually I've stopped. I've sat down. I said, our communication's obviously not happening. Is there anybody else in that building No, it has to be me. There's nobody else. I'm sorry. You're dealing with me. Are you having a bad day? Actually, no.
I wasn't.
It wasn't because he was just in Cats and Dogs.
I was just getting ready to.
Getting his nails trimmed.
I was going to get ready to read
the
the
Los Angeles
Times.
But I'm going to sit down now. That's what I'll do. Because when you get all this raw power up in your face, it might be too much. So I'm going to go. You got to go like. You got to take it down. So
like
you have the power.
It's a Buddhist approach.
Stature. So I'll sit down now. I'll take a breath. I'll say, we're obviously having a difficult time communicating. So
because you're having a bad day.
We're having a bad day. But I'm gonna let's just.
Here's the deal.
We're obviously having an incredibly difficult time communicating with each other. This is Mizu Romatelli. It's a 2 p.m. I'm gonna sit right here. It's a 1999 Mercedes-Benz C280. But then the fact that I was doing that
snapped.
I realized that I was actually telling her. So then I believe I screamed at the top of my lungs, do you all want to know the fucking mileage? And so that was like an immediate lean over. And that was, I believe she was taking the cat to be like, we need to get the cat away from him.
From this man.
This cat now lives here. Mizu now lives here on Hyperion.
It's no longer Mizu Romatelli. His surname is
Mizu Cat Alliance. Mizu Pathway. So I believe at that point, I think both parties involved wanted to I think they were like,
let's get this cat out of the way and call 911. Cat's out of the bag.
And then I got through, I don't know, 1.5 sections of the newspaper because this entire appointment took 7 minutes for them to come out and charge me. Can't charge this much money for something that only took that long. That's another problem. Pathway Vet Alliance.
Yeah.
So after this, we looked this up and we realized that they had.
There was something
vet left and
when you told me what the experience was, there was something that tipped me off that it rang similar to other stories and other firsthand experiences that I have had with private veterinary practices being covertly bought by corporation, and the business plan with these corporate entities that have taken over was to try to preserve the private practice single-owned boutique facade of these, where I would think 5 to 10 years ago the idea would be we're like a high-tech corporate vet who have moved in, and now your shitty little farm doctor vet is now we have radiation machines and shit here, we're state of the art. Now the idea is let's stay away from that. And I mean, they even have deals in the contract when they take them over that in order to secure the deal, that doctors have to stay on for 6 months after they take over before they can to really dupe people.
Hey, here's a lollipop. Like really dupe.
So when Seth was telling me, I was like, I bet you they got taken over. And when Seth was like, no, what are you talking about? And then sure enough,
we did the work.
We did a little.
There's a place called Carlson Animal Hospital on LaGrange, and they also were now. I looked up their locations in the area. I might go stand outside.
But it's really like you feel duped.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Well, that was the other thing. Is
sorry.
Her inability to adapt?
No, it's our policy. You have to.
Her inability to address you and your situation individually.
Sorry.
That to me rang as like, this is corporate speak. This is
it's our
corporate
policy.
talk.
You have to call. Oh, I don't have a cell phone. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know. I understand that, but it's like.
So you don't have a phone?
Sorry.
Oh, sorry, Mizu. Kick the box. Sorry. No, but I'm here and he's there and we're here and
let's just
do
this.
Solved.
I'm
Seth.
Let's solve this.
I'm Seth and that's Mizu and you're a bitch and let's solve this before I'm screaming at the top of my fucking lung. After I'm sitting down, I'm taking a fucking knee, I'm deep breathing,
it's the best.
I'm getting my boy coming over from Cats and Dogs talking about how we were just laughing at minutes earlier. We were yucking it up. Me and this guy, he can vouch for it. Had each other laughing. Just about how fun life is.
You know,
like human contact and communication.
My name is Jonathan Larroquette. This is Seth Romatelli.
Yeah, we have no idea. If
this show is brought to you by Pathway Vet Alliance.
Pathway Vet Alliance. We have no idea who you or this cat is if you don't call on the phone. Okay, but all right, but I'm here and I'll verify it. I didn't just pick a cat up off the street and put it in a box and bring it here and
mind you, you've also
been there for several years,
but also informed the place prior of this unique.
Oh no, we actually we emailed you the forms and no, you fucking didn't. You don't know me, man. I brought you his fucking base paws DNA when the place was normal and they were like, you're so cute, this is stupid, we don't need it. My records are so detailed that I brought in Mizu's DNA, which isn't even real.
To put it in this file.
To put it in his file. Because I'm fucking crazy. But you're telling me you give me something I didn't do it? It didn't happen. I'll be reading the Los Angeles Times. Literally got through the sports and half of calendar. And she's out.
It's $600.
Yeah, with the bill how? What did you do? We did his teeth. What? You took a finger and you just jammed it in his mouth? Because he's looking at me I don't know what the fuck just happened. And to say goodbye to him after this? So now my heart, my soul, my world, my boo, my everything is in a box and he's out of my sight.
Well, I've been in terror and panic.
Yeah.
This is the last time I'm ever going to see him.
I'm going to be right here.
I wouldn't.
And Jonathan will vouch for this parking lot. When I say I took the spot.
Oh, it is tiny.
I took the spot that is the closest spot to the door.
It's literally a handicapped. Can you say that?
It might
ramped.
Yeah.
It's a ramp that goes down so you can get into the, but then right next to that is the parking spot.
And I'm
so it's just the door and a ramp for wheelchair access, and then the car is next to that.
If you don't call, there's no way I can verify. I don't know. If you don't call, I can't tell you.
She could have maintained eye contact with Seth the entire
the
desk is the desk is I mean it's.
This is me. I'm leaning down because I had so many things taped to the door. I'm
and that's intentional.
Yeah,
to keep you to discourage you from
local yard sale. I looked it up. That's not even an address. Oh, you motherfuckers!
It's props.
Yeah, it's fake. Guitar lessons. I fucking can't. But they don't tell you. But it was such a thing because I remember when I was I fucking love this vet. Where's fucking Michelle? Oh, she's gone. She went away.
She's gone away.
Well, no, we're friends.
We're friends.
She doesn't. No, she would
Where
not.
is she?
You have to believe me that she would not mind if you told me that where she moved. It's not. There's nothing nefarious. There's no.
I'm not trying to do
nothing.
Jerk off in her mailbox.
Nothing. Ooh, she's gone. She went up to the farm, upstate magic farm. And it's so interesting. And then we found the woman, and that was who started taking over. And when the reviews started
we found her LinkedIn, and she was and it's what is it, like? She was like management and consultation and management consultation for pet serve, and we were like, that's fishy. Yeah. You know,
change agent for good. In your LinkedIn.
My name is Jonathan Larquette. This is Seth Romatelli. This is our show.
Heart attack giver.
Oh yeah, dude. Episode 866. This show is listener supported exclusively, which means that we don't do commercials or advertising or anything like that. So if you could support us by going to our Patreon page and pledging to the show, we would really appreciate that. At $5 a month, you also in exchange get access to the archived episodes of this show, which we've been doing since 2006. There's hundreds of audio episodes of the past. Also, we do these shows both in audio and video, and you get access to the video episodes as well as discounts on merch and stuff like that. It means everything to us. Please do it if you can. If you've done it, thank you. Yeah, just that just means everything to us, and it would mean a lot if you have been listening for a while and haven't done that, if you could do that. We also have a toll-free voicemail, 888-842-2357. Our website, UhhYeahDude.com, has all types of UID-related stuff. We also have a Discord. But if you want to come and see us do our first live shows in well over a year. August 7th, my birthday in Los Angeles at the Lodge Room. We're doing a show. We're also doing a show September.
2 shows.
We're doing 2 shows. That's right. We're also doing a show in Detroit, Saturday, September 18th, at the Majestic, and also doing a show October 30th in Milwaukee at the.
It's awesome.
I don't know why.
It's all that happens.
Is it not a real word, and that's why I can't remember it? Collectivo.
Yeah, the second word is a little twist.
But
what's it? It's what at Collectivo?
I don't know.
The
back door.
Back door. Back alley at Collectivo.
The back.
Oh, you mean the back room?
The glory hole at Collectivo.
Collectivo. It's a special midnight show. True Halloween show.
What is it?
Back room at Collectivo.
The back room at Collectivo. Collectivo?
You know what it is?
I don't know why. It just doesn't
It happens.
resonate with me. I'm not saying it's not good or catchy.
It
is part of the Pabst Theater Group, who are, been host to
people.
us several times. So
yeah,
we're very excited to come.
Got to say thank you so much for listening. It's so look forward to doing the shows. So it's so nice to do them and think that people might listen to them and get a laugh.
Yeah.
The thing about this is that this is like your primary care physician. When you find something that is just your mechanic. I had Chilo. Now I have Aram.
It feels
people
like a
that
violation.
You 100% trust over something that you just don't. You don't know anything. Your fucking stupid body. They run a test. I don't know. It doesn't feel right. Your cat's dental health. You're fucking a mechanic in your car. These are things that are like you're putting. You have so little knowledge of these things.
You're putting a lot of trust
in these. But when you get people, I've been going, dog. Every experience is, and it has the feel of like the people that are in the lobby and there's cats and there's dogs and everyone's smiling and it was such a shocking.
That's what they found. That's what they found. That's why they bought it.
Oh, I like this.
They wanted to cash in on that.
Let me replicate this.
Let me try and replicate this.
Let me replicate this.
Let me spin up the DNA of this.
Let me crack this door open about 1/4 of an inch. Well, wait a minute. I'm family here.
What are you doing? Why aren't you letting me in?
I'm family.
Why aren't you,
It's Mizu. Usually.
It's me and Mizu.
Yeah, Mizu. Usually beauty boy. Come out. Always. God, he's such a beauty boy. But this time I got a little half crack. And can I help you?
And you are.
And your business is. And you are. And you're here why? I'm here with Mizu for the, says it on his butt. What the fuck do you mean? What the fuck do you mean? What am I doing here? What do you mean? And your business with us at 2 p.m. is what? To get ripped off.
You know
why I'm here. You're here to put stuff on that form that all the vets use that looks exactly the same. Because when they put them up on Judge Judy, I always get so excited. Like, that's what my vet form looks like. It's just a software program, you fucking idiot. Hey, that's what mine looks like. I'm here to give you all the money.
For nothing.
For nothing. Just so I can stare at my beauty boy and be like, I'm doing all I can do.
Doing everything I can do.
Everything and more.
Yeah.
And they fucking
still make you feel like an asshole.
And I fucking.
So what happens now? You start going to my vet.
I guess I go to your vet, or I start.
Samantha also goes to.
Samantha already goes to.
Right.
Samantha and Daisy go to Mohawk.
Yeah. Well, I'm at Mohawk. I went to Mohawk because my girlfriend told me to, but I was basing. I was like fighting it for a while because for whatever reason, but I never really had another vet. Strangely, after my lady left Village. But I just sort of floated around and wasn't really in dire need of one.
Whoever gave you the most mom and pop feel, you were gonna go with.
I was courting a lot of different vets at the time.
Until you found a pathway. Hello. Welcome. Your website.
Welcome to veterinarian.
Yes, veterinary medicine is the 2.0 wave of the economic future. What? It's my fucking cat. Came off the street. It's a fucking Hollywood street fucking cat. One of the fastest growing companies on Inc. 5000's fastest grow. Yeah, I bet you are.
I bet you are.
2 CEOs beaming.
Fucking
beaming.
Murderers. Come back for 867. Thank you.
Seatbelts.